o'clock, and
With two dogs.
let's call the TV Scott Free Library Board of Trustees December meeting to order. Do you have any correspondence that you'd like to share with us this afternoon?
I do. So we have Kind Hearted coming and visiting us on a monthly basis, if not more often. And they're individuals that are so excited about being able to come to the library. And the staff are very excited that we are now offering that service to them, excuse me. And then we did our Friday Jean Day a while back for the Boys and Girls Club. We were able to donate $140 for that to the Boys and Girls Club. And then to the Pinecrest Nursing Home, they always have this gift gathering type thing so that they can gift things to their residents. And the staff donated $200 plus a big bin of different types of gifty type items to them. So they were very excited about that. So those are those thank yous there. The last one is something that just occurred today, so it's nowhere listed in my report, but the Friends of the Council Grounds State Park, they donated sum of money for us to continue to purchase the state park passes. So this is their letter to us. And then they also donated 2 sets of youth-size snowshoes. So we have the adults, and now we have some youth size that we will have available for checkout too. So we're pretty excited about that. So that's from them. And that will actually be in the photo news. They arranged that. So
Wow,
yeah.
that's great.
Yeah, we are excited to do some collaboration with them. Our summer read program is going to be about adventures like camping and things like that. So we talked to them about that a little bit today. So we're excited about that. So yeah,
Thank you.
that's what I got.
I don't know, did it kind of like on that, have you seen where the trail that's here, what's the,
The river run?
no,
Oh, out there, the Ice Age
Ice
Trail?
Age Trail made the news again?
Yes, yeah.
Is the council grounds in part of that?
I don't think
I
it
don't
goes
think
through
so.
there. Nope, no, it goes through, Ice Age goes through like under down and then circles around.
This is
Comes-
about 5 miles anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and they actually, that organization actually last year had donated a big backpack for us
Yeah.
as part of our library things for the Ice Age Trail. So that, yeah.
But they did
That's
just
cool.
get upgraded
Yeah.
status, yeah.
Thank you. And public comment? I don't think so. What's your pleasure on the minutes from our regular meeting of November 15th?
I would make a motion to place on file. Well,
And
I defer to my colleague.
Second here? Okay,
Make a motion to approve.
For
Second.
the regular minutes of our November, any discussion? All in favor of approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, they are approved. What's your pleasure on the unaudited monthly revenue and expense report for November?
I will move to approve.
Second.
See, I
Motion
don't
made
like
and
a
seconded to
audit.
approve the monthly revenue and expense report. Any discussion there? Looks like we're gonna be able to
Pay the utility bills for a
Yes.
change.
Yes.
see what's in there,
Yes.
see what's in our budget. Any other discussion? All in favor of approval, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, they are approved. And your pleasure on the monthly statistical report.
I don't want to talk about them this month. Do you think, so the numbers dropped everywhere, in almost every category, by like 2 or 3% in most cases. Do you think that's just because of the holiday coming up, like the last week of the month is, everybody goes for Thanksgiving, or did?
It goes down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they went out hunting, that's it. Because we have been really steady for a long time, going up everywhere. Total of everything is like down -1% for the whole library, which is minuscule, but it's a change, and it's winter, okay. Just wondered if there was
Any
any.
other discussion? All in favor of,
We don't have a motion.
Motion to place on file.
Second.
motion made and seconded to approve the monthly statistical report. Any more discussion? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, they are approved. Social media policy.
So,
We,
yeah.
we
I'm introducing a new social media policy. The city has a social media policy, but we as a library do not. It's something that WLA strongly recommended, DPI recommended that each library have their own social media policy and a customer-facing social media policy that covers individuals that interact with us on those platforms, and that we have the authorization to do what we need to do to make sure that it's clean and safe for everyone to read. So that's what these policies are in place for, and I'm looking for them to be approved.
I'll make a motion to approve.
One or both?
Both of them. You know, to both the general social media policy and the customer-facing social media policy. And so now I want to ask a question.
Yeah.
So there's this one section about removing things that people have put up there. Have we had to do that at all in your memory?
In my memory,
Not yet. So we haven't, so this is proactive, this
yes,
is not
we were.
reactive.
Nope, we are being proactive.
And
Yep.
when we've never really had an issue with it so far.
Mhm, that is
Okay,
correct.
just checking them
Yep.
to see if they're, all right, I'm good. Thank you.
Any other questions or comments? All in favor of approval of both the customer-facing social media policy and the social media policy, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? They are approved. Thank you and good job. Hope we don't need it.
Yeah. So I did it. It's like carrying an umbrella.
That's right, wash your car.
Just on our, update on our this youth services renovation project.
So that is in the hands of the estimator along with Nick. And we figured that wouldn't transpire till after the holidays. So they will work together along with MSR Design to put together an estimate so that we have an idea what we're looking at for a cost for the addition. And then we will take it from there.
So we still have no idea what it might cost.
Yeah. I mean, MSR keeps telling me it's gonna be under 100,000,
Okay,
so that's all I know.
Okay. That's some consolation, right? All righty, thank you. Discussion on the long-range plan survey update?
That right now is in its the report to you for January is in its infancy stages and reporting. We are currently going through the data, so, and that will be to you in January. We're moving along.
All right. Moving along on this list too.
Yes.
Church update? It's still there.
I've been waiting all week to hear about this.
Yeah, so, and Gus is not here, so I can tell you what I know. We have had some issues with them around and about and around, making kind of a mess. They were notified just not too long ago that they needed to clean up, and that they would be cited if the area surrounding the church was not clean, because that back corner, there was lots of planks and garbage and all of that. The other day, there were some things just sitting in the parking lot, a big piece of equipment that we figure came out of the church. We had no idea what it was. So Darren is keeping an eye on it.
Well, that's the interesting question, because when I was looking through the minutes from last month,
Yeah.
one of the things that Alderman Kaler had said was the owner had been told to stop work until permits were obtained.
Mm-hmm. He's been notified, and I don't know where things stand with any citations of any
So
sort.
you still
that I
see
don't-
work going on all the time?
Yeah, in fact, today's Baumgart dropped off a dumpster. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Fascinating.
yeah.
All right.
We're seeing less activity, but we know that there's some.
Has anybody got any more information? I think I have some information, but does anybody have any information on what the final product is supposed to be exactly?
It's supposed to be an artifact museum, a Southeast Asian artifact museum.
Yep, okay. That's
Yeah.
kind of what I've heard, Museum of Chinese History.
Yeah, yeah.
So, all right, cool. Maybe it'll be a good one.
Oh,
Flooring replacement?
yeah, so The circulation area flooring replacement was approved by the city. That's part of the capital improvements. And we are working with Central Carpet and have worked, we have the bid, and right now they are coming in to do some additional measurements. They're hoping to have that done sometime in January, and of course it all depends upon supplies. The issue we may have is because it is our circulation department and it's going to involve a lot of pieces being moved out of the circulation area in order for that to transpire. If we are unable to schedule it the day that the library is closed for staff development, which is January 15th, and it's looking less likely as I speak about it, there is a possibility that we may need to close the library just because of how uncomfortable it will be, not only for staff but for patrons, and to keep things organized. The drop boxes are going to be closed. I mean, the exterior and the interior will both be closed, and patrons would be notified that that is going to transpire as far in advance as we can. But I wanted the board to be aware that there is that possibility that we may end up having to close for that.
For how long?
A day.
Okay.
They can get it in and out in a day. I mean, that part of it,
Yeah, can you get your furnishings in and out in the day?
we should be able to, yeah.
That's reasonable.
No, that's the way it is now. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
you know,
And I was hoping that we could have it done the day we have staff development, but as time goes on, it just, but I wanted you to be aware of that.
and they have
So-
two staff development days that week, that month.
You what?
Have to have two staff development.
So does that mean you anticipate that it's likely to be the end of January or early February?
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
no worries.
Yeah. Yeah. And, and if need be, I mean, we do have, depending upon Central Carpet's scheduling, there is that possibility that we could coincide February Staff Development Day with that installation. So just depending upon the timing of all those things, all those pieces, those moving parts, I might be able to do that. I'd like to be able to minimize, what I can.
Wouldn't we make staff development day the day that they say they?
Go the other direction.
Yeah, when I have presenters scheduled, it's a little more
Oh,
difficult.
I see.
Yeah, so.
Alrighty.
Okay.
And our strategic goal, number one.
Yeah.
I think that doing good. Anybody else got a question on it or anything?
Questions on that at all?
In our development library budget, they've been pretty successful with that lately. Our Wisconsin trustee central, that's that, okay.
Yeah.
And how about your report, please?
Well, I put in there all that we have going on, our puzzle competition, and I'll tell you, those are really popular, so we will continue to schedule those out as much as we can. We have the Critics' Choice movie that is still heavily attended by our patrons in the area, and I let you know about our closure dates. Nothing to report from Diane. We communicate by email and don't hear a whole lot from her. She's there, so if I have questions. And then I provided you with the director's report from the WBLS Board of Trustees, just for your information and for your review. Friends, they decided not to do their poinsettia sale, and we had lots of calls about that. People were not happy.
Is that because of the next thing, which is that half of them go south for the winter?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yeah. And the person that organized it had some medical things going on, and so they just decided to put it off. They hope to be able to bring it back next year. We'll see how it goes.
Absence makes the heart grow fonder.
That's right. That's right, exactly. Yeah, one of the churches in the area they were really sad because yeah.
That's nice to know that so many people sort of.
Yeah. So, the mural is done. We've had a lot of compliments about that. As I mentioned in here, Mark Dujinsky has offered to do an informational piece that will hang next to it with We actually have a original postcard that will be framed, and then with a little informational piece underneath about how the postcard came to be and why it's on our wall. And so we're excited about that. I mentioned the activity room already in prior agenda item. Strategic plan, also mentioned that earlier. As part of our continued collaboration and outreach, we are working with the ADRC, and they have scheduled some regular training workshops for dementia basics and brain health, and we are really excited about that, and they were really excited to be able to bring them here to the library. So they're hoping to reach out to others in that fashion. We also, I know in the past I had talked about a stepping on workshop, and that is in the works. That is something that helps individuals with mobility and balance, and that's going to be starting in January.
March.
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 Thank you.
Yes.
March and April.
Yes.
Right? Okay, thank you. All right. The NICE team project, we are still looking at that consolidation of the two library systems. As far as any decisions on that, that will not happen till mid-2024, could be possibly a little bit later. And when that happens, Wisconsin Valley Library Service VCAT team has to approve, and then the WVLS board has to approve that as well. And I will be coming to the board prior to that, for discussion.
I'm assuming you're in favor of it? Have no opinion?
I have no opinion at this
That's
time.
where I am. I mean, that's a long ways away.
Yeah, I'm still,
I'm
still waiting. There's a lot of, they've got a lot of work groups that are working on the moving pieces that will have to come together for something like that to happen, and so.
But I mean, the two, that's a big area
That is.
we're not used to doing that.
No, right, yeah. And other library systems in the state have consolidated, but they've also been more close in proximity. Their geographic makeup is a little more concise. This collaboration, I think, is going to take a little more effort because of how far spread out. I mean, we're going all the way up to Superior. So
That's a 4-hour drive.
yeah. So there are a lot of pieces of the puzzle and a lot of things that need to be considered.
On that item,
Yep.
and we may have talked about this before, but I couldn't remember
Yep.
what COA was. That ILS managed by COA?
COHA.
Yeah, what's COA?
It is their. Did you want to speak to that, Maria? She was on that
Yes.
work group. Why don't you?
So COHA is basically the ILS that we could potentially be replacing Sierra with.
Aha, that's what I wondered.
And it's managed by Bywater.
By who?
Bywater.
Spell that?
BYWATER.
Have you worked with COA before?
No.
Is there an opportunity for you to sort of beta run it for some staff member?
I have done some beta workshops with it since being on the ILS committee. No comment.
Okay, and if,
It's new, right?
It's new.
okay,
There's a lot of unanswered questions,
Yeah.
which is the scary part with anything you undertake.
sure.
We'll see.
Do you know if we do this migration, is the COA already locked in?
No.
So that's
No.
still open to,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
great.
And when we talk about the ILS, we're talking about the management system for a library catalog,
Right.
so that people understand what that is. That's what an ILS system is. It's what operates.
The checkout and
Yes.
main
Yeah, so people
inventory
understand.
and so forth,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yep, cool.
And anything new in that area is challenging, I bet.
And a little scary.
Yeah.
It's a little scary.
Yeah.
Everything's so big, and then, yeah, just your library, it wouldn't be bad when you got everybody else involved too, that, I can at my age, I can understand that.
And since writing my report, I have been working with Josh Zalewski from the MAPS Fab Lab for new interior signs above the rooms. And this is just a sampling of what they'll be, so for the smaller signs that go above the door, it'll look something similar to this. So this is and we're gonna work with their team. So we're excited about it. Yep, I've worked with Josh on a couple of things already for the library, and wherever I can, I will utilize their expertise. I'm excited about that.
Is there a charge for that then?
Yeah, they run it as a business.
Otherwise, it didn't, maybe consider financial support
Yep.
someplace along the
Well,
line.
once I get to that point, I will come to the board. So, yeah, but I'm excited about that.
Excellent.
And that's what I got.
Any questions or comments?
Yeah.
Thank you very much, and I really don't have anything to report, other than have a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and
Same to you.
we'll see you all next year.
Well, they have-
Anything else you'd like to bring up before this meeting? Then I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second. I told her I was talking.
Motion made, seconded to adjourn, all in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thanks again, everybody.